Hi everyone, welcome back. At the end of last week's video, we thought our baby might have already arrived, and apart from a little false alarm where I thought things were happening, this little one is still staying put. This gives us a bit more time to keep sharing the progress we're making here on the property. First, I want to come back to the issue we've been having with our chickens and the blood lice. We read through all your comments and many of you suggested using diatomite soil and adding garlic to their water. We did exactly that about 2 weeks ago and we're happy to say it worked wonders. So thank you for your help and sharing your experience with us.
At least they're dry here. It's not an ideal location, but it's not like I need it all the time. And this is the part of the barn that will not cave in.
This is the covered space between the old barn and the new one. We want to remove the wall at the back to disconnect the two barns again. Although we'll still keep the space covered, the roof will eventually be extended to match the height and the style of the old barn. We also still need to dig in 2 more utility lines here, and then there's the bigger question. What do we do with the newer barn? We're starting to think that it might be the better option to knock it down one day and rebuild it properly in the future.
This is spot on. Let's put it on, and we don't need the 15, we need to go back to 0 to go deeper. Let's have a look, shall we? It's a positive sign that it still needs to go deeper, so I don't need to fill it up. I've done most of the edges with the shovel, so they're straight. I'm gonna gather all the soil from there. I'll move this out of the way, get this in my dumper, check the levels again, put on the small bucket, and make a trench around here, a double utility, so I can put in water or electricity, and put a double in the front as well, so I have enough. There is something that I didn't show you yet, which I don't like, so this newer barn, I don't know if it will stay or if we're gonna rebuild it completely, because the foundations actually stop here. They were never done deeper, or not that I found yet. I'll try to put my shovel deeper, but I think they were just done on the soil and left it as is. It even runs like this, together with how the hill used to be. So it was never designed to carry the weight of the roof either, because those big concrete blocks with the steel, they carry the roof. You see those big concrete blocks behind you, there's as well, there's one there. On the other side there's as well. And then you have those metal beams going up, and that's what actually supports the roof. These concrete blocks do nothing. And with the plans that we have to raise the barn roof at the same height as the old barn, it probably is not designed to carry that weight. So I shouldn't decide too quickly, but I think this barn will have to go and we'll have to rebuild it. And if we rebuild it, we might as well do it in the original stone, or do wood skellets and then on the outside do the stones, something like that. It's also easier to insulate, because I think it's a bad idea to work on this. I'll try to see if I can do the calculations myself, but this is the footing. So anyways, let's continue. And for anyone wondering, this is pretty dry in here. Pretty deep already, I think 60 or 70 centimeters. And there's no water. So that's a good sign. So I hope with my French drain on the other side and the ditch up high, that is taking away all the water, that the whole parking area and the two buildings stay dry. The only thing I'm missing is gutters, but those will be coming once I do the roofs. Okay, done. Ooh. Daar moesten ze opgehoopt geweest zijn, hadden veel grotere.
Zo.
Ja.
Maar ja.
Nee, het is daar met die vurte beesten hier ook, die altijd alles aan het waren.
Maar dat we hebben.
Ja, het is daar. Het is een goede les ook. Hè. Ja.
Odin. Ben je wakker?
Wat jij nu?
Ik ben aardbeetjes aan het planten. Dag schatje. Goed geslapen?
Ja.
Ja? Goed hè?
Grote vlek.
Ja.
Die daar.
Ja, doe maar in.
Oké.
Zal ik het vasthouden? Jij mag het gaatje toe doen. Maar toe. Ja. Nog. Kijk hier. Zie je, de wortels zijn nog bloed. Het mag allemaal aarde rond. Ja. En met je andere hand aan de andere kant. Ja. Goed zo.
Maar gewoon een vuil.
Het zijn zoveel.
Ja, zijn een vuil.
Ja, van de compost. Oh, kijk hier nog in. Wat is dat?
Een worm.
Een worm. Een aardworm. Ja, en français?
Ja.
Hein?
Un serpent.
Non, c'est pas un serpent.
Een val.
Non, Odin. C'est un ver de terre.
Ver de terre.
Oui.
You know it?
Nee. All good.
Kom maar raak. Kijk. 2 wormen. Dus de
2.
wormen.
Het zijn er heel veel.
Doe maar. Ja, doe maar.
Worden. Met papa.
Ah, nou, heeft aan de haan. Oh, je hebt te laten vallen. Hier, kom hier.
Die voel die.
Oh, kijk, die grub is hier aan het wegproberen.
Wat? Wat? Wat die groot?
Hola, welcome in Stoneville. It's another 40 tons that has been delivered, so hopefully it's enough to do this on the right height and the whole driveway up to there and towards the house, because it does cost money. Every load is like 400 euros, so for a little pile of stones that's quite a lot. And if you see how much we have here, This is the only area where I have some damage from the trucks coming in. You can see how much deeper I'm standing here. Here is where I put 4 conduits for electricity, water, whatever that needs to go to the yard maybe in the future. And 2 sewage pipes. And this is the worst spot as well, with water coming down the road. And we have no gutters, and before you say place gutters, the roof is coming off. So I'm not going to place gutters on a roof that's coming off. But what I did was a lot of water. Before the trucks came, there was a lot of rain, so this became soggy. So it started pushing up earth, and it pushed the sewage pipe that's on top of the other ones towards the wall. Every truck that came was 35 tons, 13 trucks, so that's 13 times. They came down the street every time. There's 35 tons pushed into the level space here and had to go up. So this is why this part has been damaged. Simple as that. Everything else, once they were beyond this part, nothing on the back, no problems anywhere. Okay, but to fix it now, I'm gonna dig out the soil a little bit to a point where the geotextile is not broken anymore. Try to close the geotextile, maybe put one over top so it's closed, put the rocks on. And then leave it as it is for now, so I just can keep on working. Hello, Mr. Chickie. We haven't shown much footage, but this is the little chick that we saved, so it's still living inside together with us. And sometimes when we're working outside, we let it be free. The other big chickens haven't really paid attention to it yet. The next thing arrived, and that's the vibrating plate. Gravity. Plastic was pulling me in. Okay. So on fuel. It has already started one time. Covers are on. Cover is on, check the oil. The oil is also good here. It's very strange this weather. We're back to running around in a t-shirt and it's middle November. And that's why today I'm gonna mow or try to mow my grass and the neighbor's grass. So that will be the final time.
Remember a few months ago in the middle of summer when Philippe wanted to continue excavating behind the barns and working on the driveway out front? We had just gotten the new dumper, and right when he was ready to start on the groundworks again, the digger decided otherwise.
Oh no, there's an empty battery now.
While waiting for a new Bobcat battery, he had to haul a heavy 12-volt lead-acid car battery back and forth every single time just to jumpstart the excavator. A task that took quite some time each day before he could even begin working. Now for situations just like back then, we found a small piece of tech that saves time and a lot of heavy lifting.
It's a Gulu jump starter. So it's a lithium battery which you can connect to your battery of your mower or your tractor or your car or whatever, and you can jump start it. Let's give it a go on this mower. Now I did it deliberately. I took all the power out of the battery, but I did it the same way Odin sometimes does. So in the summertime Odin can come in here, or when the mower is outside he climbs on it and he leaves the key on with the lights on. So after 3 days or whatever, I come in, I want to mow the grass, it's an empty battery. So normally what I have to do is either put a charger on here, or I have to bring up a big 12-volt battery. With this it's a lot easier. It's a jump starter, but essentially it's a big power bank as well. So you have a lot of connections at the back. This is the cable to jump start, of course. You have DC out to a cigarette lighter. You have 2 USB outs, and then you have an in-out power delivery of 100 watts. That's USB-C. 100 watts is a lot, so you can run your laptop from this, which is very handy. So this device has a lot of functions and doesn't weigh anything. Comes with a little handy light on top if you need light, and it's very basic. For the rest, you turn it on, shows the percentage that it's charged. You have a boost function. I think that's for if the battery is really empty and you can't start it, you can try to give another extra boost to it. Starter cables, put it on, says ready, and I have to close this because I have to sit on it because there's a sensor in it. And don't let me down. Lights are coming on. Choke. I think it has never started this easy. And let's have a look. Well, you can see it was 61 and it went to 59%, so it's only a small battery, so, and that worked perfectly. It has never started that easily. Before I do the rest, I wanted to show you. You jump start your car with it, power out to a cigarette lighter. So when you're camping and you want to blow up a mattress or something, many of those pumps are with a cigarette lighter. You can charge it with the USB-C from your car while you're driving. So very handy, because this, most of the time, if you buy this or you have this, will be in your car. And then they include a USB to USB-C cable, and they include a USB-A to C cable. Might as well do my own advice and put it in the car, especially with Anisha being at the end of her pregnancy now. If the BMW decides to stop working, and it is getting to winter time, so I'm gonna put it in if I need it, that I have it.
If you're curious about the Gulu jump starter, the link is in the description below, and since their Black Friday deals are on, it might be the perfect time to have a look. Use our discount code Domaine Sauvage for 10% off your order. By the end of the week, our friend Jasper visited and helped us out with a few different small projects, starting with the attic. Last year our family helped clear it out, removing the old insulation and everything that had been stored up there. We never added new insulation afterward though, something we definitely felt during the winter that followed. It was difficult to keep the upstairs warm, and although we used an electric heater in Odin's room, this time around we want a bit more comfort for the kids and for ourselves.
zal weer de kogel nemen. Ja, kijk maar hier gewoon.
They laid the new insulation in a way that allows us to reuse it later if needed, avoiding too many cuts so we can adapt it when the time comes.
Dat voelt dan beter aan, man. Nu heb je het pakje dan. Ja. Nee, als het zit er zat. Ja. Oei. Ja, en dan die camera.
En vast?
Ja. Waar laten we het doen? Kijk, toont je de basis?
Hè?
Toont je dat de basis?
Nu het kipje was wel ja, chargé. Bij de dapfilm.
Net.
En ze biedt die kipje mogen redden. Kijk.
Spink aan, goed aan.
Oh, is het echt?
Ja, spink aan gepakt.
Ik ben maar de vaak nog
Ja,
hè?
nu hoor. Wat was dat nog voorzien?
Ja.
Daar was het.
Maar je ziet ook, die kijken nu naar mens of op andere dingen, die zijn zo gefocust op dat ding. Dat is cool.
Ik zou misschien kijken, maar misschien denk woensdag dit is, dan heeft het warmst. Maar dat is wel aangenaam als je zo s'avonds wel later zit, dat niet zo. Ja, dat gaat er niet. Ik weet niet dat. Zo woensdag en ja.
Zijn, hè? Dus de breedte van 2 meter, het zijn stukjes.
Dat zijn er twee op het 50
Maar dat
is
is goed, hè?
inderdaad.
Het is hanteerbaar.
Wat een zwaar.
Wat toch? Ik dacht dat dat heel zwaar ging zijn. Ik kon er niet correct op zitten.
The next thing they worked on was securing the soil wall next to the barn with a coconut fiber mat. It'll help prevent erosion and give the slope some much needed support. Later we'll plant things that grow through and over the mesh, adding an extra layer of stability and making the whole area look much nicer too.
Ja. Ja, ik denk het is tank, jong. Neem ding eraan. Dat is zo dat tankparachutje. Ze zijn aan het oefenen, hè? Hoe lang?